Well, hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot. This is the tarot reading for serious tarot readers in these historically difficult and serious times. So, I am not going to do the usual kinds of things that I usually hear from tarot readers. We're not going to the lollipops and rainbows and that kind of a thing. We're going to look at what is going around in your world, because I've done tarot for over 20 years, astrology for over 50. The astrology stuff is the science of cycles, literally the science of cycles. Tarot, which I've done for 20 years, is the science of potential. And then numerology is its own unique science, numbers, it's powerful juju. But let's focus on tarot. Tarot is the science of potential, meaning those 5 cards on your screen together create a frequency. And we know that life is a series, a grouping of frequencies. That's, by the way, why astrology is so heavy duty in my mind, because at the moment you're born, you are imprinted with a kind of frequency. That's why you can look at a newborn baby's chart, and you can tell about their personality, you can talk about their characteristics, their pluses, their minuses, you can take a look at their life, tell them when the ups and downs will occur. You may not be able to hit specific incidents because life is very complicated. And as I said, astrology is the science of cycles within cycles within cycles within cycles. It gets to be very, 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 very difficult to sort through all that stuff. But you can pick things that fit. For example, you look at the chart of the United States, July 4, 1776. We are wrapping up our Pluto return. Pluto is transformation, evolution. And in 1776, when we signed the Declaration of Independence, Pluto's gone all the way around, because it takes about 250 years, all the way around to exactly the same spot it was 250 years ago, give or take a year or so, right? So we talked about a revolution then. Look what's going on. Not just in the United States, certainly, but the world. And since the United States has an energy that impacts the rest of the world, it kind of all fits together. Now, could you have predicted how it would come down? No. You would be able to, back 250 years ago, go, okay, I see they got the Pluto return, evolution, something heavy duty going on in America. And probably would have to do with freedom, the essence of our Declaration of Independence. Coincidentally, we also have a Uranus return. That goes every 84 years. The first time happened to be not the first time, but the one that we're going to be looking at was 1776, Uranus and Gemini. We go to the Civil War, Uranus and Gemini. You go 84 years up above that, we're looking at World War II. And now, you see the energy. That's what I mean, cycles within cycles. But with tarot, it is a potential for that particular frequency and energy. And it's not going to match everybody who listens to this. And the same thing, by the way, is true for if you get a numerology reading or astrology reading. You're lucky as a reader to connect with 10% of your viewers or listeners. People are too complex. So you got 100 people, 90 of them are going to go, well, geez, that's great. I learned something that's fabulous, and it was wonderful, and I'll be back tomorrow. But it didn't move me. It didn't grab me. That's okay. Next week, next month, just hang in there. I do a brand new read every day, 365. I'm here to inspire you. Eventually, the energy in you are going to match up. When it does, you run. Not away, but toward your destiny. Remember, it's the science of potential. You don't have to do it. Nobody's going to make you. With the astrology and the numerology, there are certain situations you will find yourself in. That's not the case with tarot. Tarot is, here's the energy. What are you going to do with it? That's why it's the science of potential. I want to inspire you. So let's get to it. Middle card is the Oracle card. It sets the mood for the reading, and today it is Imagine. That's what manifesting is all about. Using your imagination. Creating pictures, scenes, storylines in your own mind. Not off of some damn screen, not off of some smartphone or any of the other technological crap that gets in the way of our imagination, because that's really what it's intended to do. That's why Bill Gates, Steve Jobs refused to let their kids play with smartphones or even computers until they were in their last 2 years of high school. And in fact, I know for a fact Steve Jobs sent his kids to schools in California when he was the head of Apple that did not have any technology, computer technology in them. He understood how powerful the human imagination is and how much this technology thing can kill our imagination. Our school system is arranged that way. John D. Rockefeller said, I want a nation of workers, not thinkers. So he arranged things in school that takes away our creativity. We've done several studies. There is 98% genius factor in 5-year-olds. There is 2% genius factors in PhDs. Why? Because school doesn't teach you to think. It teaches you to memorize. And that's huge. Okay, so what we're dealing with here is the very thing that, in fact, is holding back artificial intelligence. Elon Musk already has robots that can physically move like a human being in virtually every way. The deal is that they have not been able to get the brain software anywhere near a human being. Why? Because a human being is prescient, self-aware. And that ability is something that the artificial robots don't have yet. When they do, huge problem. Huge problem. Humanity will be absolutely useless. And it will depend upon the programming of the robots as to whether or not we continue. Really scary stuff. But in the meantime, we do have the advantage. We do have the imagination. We can create the pictures, the stories in our head. That's what manifesting is all about. So imagine is a really important one. And the number up to the left side here is 20. 0 is a spiritual factor, kind of an ethereal factor, maybe even protection. And the 2 means you have a decision to make. And I think I've laid it out pretty clearly. We're on the verge of destroying ourselves, whether it's the environment. I'm not concerned with climate. I think the big deal with this any kind of weather stuff are natural cycles. But we're polluting our planet, water, air, food, every way we can. We're just absolutely shitting on the planet. That changes the chemical reaction. So for all we know, what we're doing now is not climate related, it's environmental related. I mean, after all, we got this big pile of plastic and garbage out in the Pacific Ocean that's bigger than Texas. All these billionaires, all this money, are they going to lift a finger to fix that? They created it. Their businesses created it. No, they're not going to do a damn thing. They just want to keep the money for themselves. They're sick. That's why your ability to manifest is your big protection. So let's see if we can't develop it. And the first card all the way to the left is the King of Cups. Kings always make the proclamation, and the king is saying, love yourself. Be wise, be tolerant. It's a very subtle influence. It's not a big deal. It doesn't yell, scream, shout. But it is the basis and foundation of human existence. The capacity to love ourselves, that is, be respectful of ourselves, so that we can be respectful in caring for others. If we can't take care of ourselves, that's narcissists hate themselves. That's why they got to kill everything and everybody around them, because they hate themselves. They're incapable of love. Well, the King of Cups says, flip the script. Learn to love yourself. Six of Cups will help you out. Six of Cups is nostalgia. It's going back to another time, another place in your head, your heart. There's an emotional connection. Could it be a favorite aunt or uncle or a favorite place you vacationed or whatever the heck it is? That is going to be what helps you to create the image in your mind so that you can love yourself and create a world that is much more supportive. Not easy, but much more supportive. And it's important that you do the inner work. That's the Chariot card. Chariot, if you see here, the person in the Chariot has two Sphinx dogs, whatever the heck. We did this, I think, yesterday or the day before. Nothing, no reins on them at all. They go wherever they want to go, and wherever they want to go is what the person in the Chariot tells them. She directs and says, this is my course. It's like fate. You set the picture in your mind, in your imagination, and you will get there. It may take a day, it may take a week, a year, a month. It may take some time, but you'll get there. And it may not look exactly like you imagined, but if you step back, you'll see it's exactly what you needed. That may take a little extra something, like patience. George Washington, a quote from him: "A man who is the master of patience is the master of everything else." Whew. In a world where we are just reacting, that's why they control us. That's why they do things the way they do. Moves around like puppets. We don't know patience. Everything's got to be faster. Why faster? Oh no, this seems to be what's going on. So the man or woman who is a master of patience is the master of everything else, because they are the master of them. And that's really what the Chariot card says. And the final card is the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is emotional strength. It's creativity. Again, if you love yourself, you're thinking very positively. You're not in a pressure mode. You put somebody under stress, they can't think clearly, meaning they can't feel clearly. And the idea of you creating the pictures in your mind, imagining, manifesting, gives you that patience. So you can then master the other parts of your life. Literally, what you're doing in between your ears is a movie. Lights, camera, action. You are the director. You are the writer. You are the producer. Work on the patience. Take a deep breath. Love yourself. And just move forward one step at a time, one step at a time. You can do this. You have to do this. That's the Manifested reading for today. Back again tomorrow with another tarot reading. Between now and the next time you and I do tarot together, peace and blessings.